Good morning, everyone. This is Julie McDonald with Microcom Technologies, and I'd like to thank all of you for attending today's webinar with Cambium Networks. Today's host call in their business development department, and she'll be presenting today. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to question box, and Judy will answer them at the end of today's presentation. Judy, I am finished for now. Please go ahead and take it on over.
Well, thank you, Julie. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Judy McCall. I'm in business development and channel development here at Cambium Networks, and I specialize in the Wi-Fi portfolio named CN Pilot. So today I thought instead of doing a product dump, let's talk about the competition. How do you position Cambium Networks Wi-Fi? Where we have strengths in so many areas, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So let's get started. Just a little look at the portfolio as a whole. It's really grown over the last year and a half. So when you look at our portfolio of indoor and outdoor Wi-Fi, let's start at the left-hand side of this chart. So on the indoor portfolio, we have an E410. E stands for enterprise. It's 802.11 AC Wave 2, 2x2. Our 4x4 array is our E600, and then our wall plate is our E430W. But what's nice about all of our portfolio, it uses the same software, 16 SSIDs. We can handle LDAP, VLANs, multiple VLANs, which some of our competition cannot do. So very robust portfolio. So again, that is the indoor is all 802.11 AC Wave 2. Now on the outdoor, we do have a very, very robust portfolio. Our E500 is our first entrant in the outdoor portfolio. It is a Wave 1 platform, and it's 2x2 also. And it's an omnidirectional antenna. So great use for this AP in many, many locations. You could use it in a parking lot if you want to give some Wi-Fi connectivity there. Outdoor festivals, all of these outdoor units, again, work on the same software as the indoor. They can all be mounted on a pole. They come with a tilt bracket, and they can be used in many, many applications. Now, if an omnidirectional antenna is not good for your application, then look at the 501S. It's the first sectorized. It's a directional antenna at 120-degree sector. So when you look at the 501S, you have more concentrated Wi-Fi in an area at 120-degree sector. Now, if you need even more concentrated Wi-Fi, let's say a stadium, then you could use the 502S, and that's a 30-degree sector antenna. And the E700, our brand new entrant into our portfolio, is our 4x4. So it is an omnidirectional like the E500, but it is 4x4. So a lot more traffic can go through and a lot more Wi-Fi on the E700. The whole portfolio is unique because it's all IP67 rated. And what that means is you can put it on the outdoor, whether it's hot or cold. You don't have problems with dust or things of that nature, snow, ice. We have this portfolio is in the national parks in the U.S. We have it in the outdoor. We have the largest cricket stadium in India. We have sold more of the outdoor units over our competition because on the bottom, you can't see it on this chart, but we have 2 injectors standard on each one of these units. So you can bring your PoE into the unit, power it that way, then add a camera and power that camera too. So very unique. And when you look at our total portfolio, indoor and out, we have a unique value proposition in that they're affordable. They're affordable and they provide very, very good quality. I've recently done some bake-offs against our competition, one against Ubiquiti and one against Ruckus. And our antennas, indoor and out, and the antenna pattern were far superior. So when you look at our portfolio, we have a robust portfolio. Next year, we will introduce a few more specialized APs, and then we will bring out the AP that will be 802.11ax. That chipset has not been standardized yet. That's why we've chosen not to bring out an AX AP. So let's go on. If you're talking to a customer and they say, well, I've never heard of Cambium Networks, and what's their value proposition? Why do you even talk about Cambium Networks? Here are the reasons why. Here's what makes us different with CN Pilot. One, we are a leader in wireless communications. Remember, we are spin out from Motorola. We know more about RF and have more engineers with more experience with RF than anybody else in the industry. We have a single pane of glass. I just went through all of those APs, and yeah, you might remember a little bit about the outdoor, a little about the indoor, but you manage all of our APs in CN Maestro. It's a cloud platform, and yes, it doesn't cost anything. So that's number two. The third thing that you need to remember on all of our portfolio, we have no licensing fees. I have a chart coming up, and we're going to talk about the difference that really it makes financially for a customer when looking at a solution that has licensing fees and does not have licensing fees. All of our APs are affordable. The indoor portfolio runs list price anywhere from $195 up to $345. That's the list price. And remember, when you work with Microcom, they will give you a discount. And if you are a partner, you will get discounts from Microcom through us. So we are affordable. Even at list price, we're more affordable than our competition. We have support. 8x5 is free. So if you're a partner and you need support from us, we have people that answer the phone that will work with you if you're having a problem with one of our solutions. We have engineers and salespeople in the field. So if you need help from us, we have people. Some of our competitors will only talk to you on their community. Now, isn't that a shame? We actually have people that can help you sell our solutions. Well, we introduced this week, just kicked it off. We do have PoE switching now. So we have 2 8-port options and 2 24-port options. And yes, they are affordable switches. They're layer 2 and layer 3. They're self-provisioning switches, very easy to maintain, and they are affordable. We also have free CN Pilot certification training, and the test is free. So this is through the end of the year. You can go and register for a password on our website for training, and then you can take the class. There's about 6 or 7 modules that you need to take on installation, learning the product, provisioning in CN Maestro. Then you can take the test and you're certified. And if you're a partner of ours, once you're certified, you qualify for marketing development funds. And lastly, we have a special program for E-Rate and hospitality. It has special pricing and some added benefits to be a partner that sells into the E-Rate space or the hospitality space. And you can always ask Microcom about that or give anyone at Cambium Networks a call about that. So you can see when you look at this, there's a lot of value that we offer. Again, these APs are affordable. We have free CN Maestro, single pane of glass. We have no licensing and no mandatory attach of maintenance. And you know what that means for you if you're a business partner of Microcom and Cambium Networks? What it means for you is you can walk into a customer and really give them a great solution and not have an exorbitant price. So very important, as much as we all would like to think we're great salespeople, we also have to sell a solution that has value and it's affordable because customers care about capital and OpEx spending. So our product manager, Darren Hammond, decided to put together a little blog. So I just thought I would take what he put together and show you exactly why it's important that you really talk about the affordability of our APs and no licensing. So with the licensing, some of our manufacturer competitors sell a license with each of their APs. and that's a separate charge. And it could be a 1-year license, it could be a 3-year license. But what happens is many times if you don't renew that license for that AP, it stops working, or you have limited capability. So, you know, Simon said, worrying about cloud management cost, it's ruining his bath. Well, we don't want any customer to have a bad experience. So let's look at the cloud management and the licensing, okay? So the cloud management is at no cost. So let's look at the competitors. And I look at Meraki, Ruckus, Aruba, Extreme, Aerohive, and then Cambium at the last. So a Meraki, a 3-year subscription, is about $325 list. And these prices all came right off the web from various sites. So it's 3 years, and after 3 years, it will stop working, the AP, if you don't renew it. So I have a lot of school districts right now that bought Meraki product, and now their licenses are up, and they're saying, I might think about looking at Cambium. I don't have to license. And I can bet you that if you got anyone from Cambium Networks in front of that customer and we talked about these things, they would really consider a bid from us. So look what happens if you don't renew with Meraki. AP will stop working, no user traffic, and no management. And it is true, because I just replaced a system at a cultural center, and that was true. Their AP stopped working. Ruckus Cloud, 3-year at $190. I've had various prices on the web, so he used these, and you'll see in my competitive comparison after we talk about the licensing what shows for the total solution. So Ruckus Cloud, you have to renew that license too. They limit a lot of your access, and so does Aruba. You've got a $33 license at Aruba, depending on how big the application is and how many APs. Sometimes they waive it, sometimes they don't. The Aruba system also requires a controller. So the Extreme Cloud, that they have a $190 license. So they have to put that in for each AP. And then the Aerohive Select, $65 US. So they're probably the most reasonable. But the AP will still work, but they limit all the information that you can get if you don't renew. The other thing about Aerohive that somebody told me is these licenses are non-transferable. So let's say a customer moved to a new building and they just wanted to upgrade their Wi-Fi and they wanted to leave their Aerohive, and the person that was renewing or taking the lease just wants to use the Aerohive. It is non-transferable. So, but then look at Cambium. Again, we don't have any AP licensing. So the APs can be managed from our cloud, which is at no cost. It could be a virtual machine in a data center, that's no cost. And it could be standalone on your own server, up to 10,000 APs. So really a good look at our competition and gives you a good grasp on what the high points are and what it could cost a customer by going with our competition. Now, what I'd like to do is really talk about, you know, what is your total cost of ownership for 1 year of Wi-Fi, okay? That's really what you want to hone in on here. We talked about the price of the APs. We talked about the licensing price. Now let's just look at a comparison of a 2x2 AP, okay? And this is just one AP. Let's look at our solution. Our 410 is $195 or $220 with an ejector. So no license, no controller, no cloud manager cost, no mandatory services, $195. Now, what I didn't add in here was the cost for somebody to put the AP up, because you'd have to do that with all 3 manufacturers that I'm looking at. So, and then if there were maintenance contracts, those would be you as a partner would provide that. So let's look at a Ruckus AP. Remember, Ruckus got out of the Exclaim business, so their 310 is no longer being sold. So I put a Ruckus 510 in here. $675 list off the web, license $190, controller, you don't always need a controller with Ruckus, $1,095. In their licensing, some comes with the cloud manager, so I just put a question mark there and didn't include it in there. Mandatory services, $45 per AP. $932. Now, you'd really have to have a big discount to get down to $195 from a Ruckus solution of all 510s. The Meraki, the MR33. So that's a 2x2 unit, wave 2, just like the Cambium and then the Ruckus. 649 list. The license 325, controllers 1196. So I didn't put anything for the cloud manager in there. And then mandatory services, $40 an AP. So if you're a partner, you have to buy their service, plus you're going to have to put some service costs in of your own to make money. 1,038 for the Meraki solution. So overall, you can see, and I'd like to go back and review one last time what our value proposition is. You saw the affordability of the APs. There's no licensing. We do have support in engineers, call-in support, salespeople. We have switching now, free training, special program for E-rate and hospitality. Pretty good value proposition. Oops. And Julie, I'd like to open it up for any questions we might have on the web.
Thank you very much, Judy. And we enjoyed that presentation and all that information. And yes, I do have a few questions here for you.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's get started with the first one. For the outdoor units, do we require to add the enclosures? Is that a requirement?
No, that is not a requirement. The IP67 rating, which is the toughest outdoor rating for heat, wind, sand, I'll just call it debris, will cover that. You don't have to put it in another enclosure. So, and I have not really even seen anybody do that. Now, our competition, many of them will have antennas that do need an enclosure, but we do not.
Excellent. Thank you very much. A few more questions here for you. Do you also offer or have recommended installers for the commercial devices?
Yes. I'll be real candid with you. It's to install these devices, what you're really wanting to do is get power to them, because everything else is done through CN Maestro. So anybody who pulls your cable could put these up in the ceiling or on the wall, wherever you want to mount them. And then our distributors, like Microcom, have tools that you could do heat maps and things if you have a floor plan.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for that. Next question here. Do you offer premium support? I don't believe you mentioned that, but is that a possibility?
Yes, we do have. Cambium Care has 3 levels. The base level that I talked about was free. The other levels are purchasable. It just depends on what's in your network. You might have a network that has Wi-Fi in it, point-to-point, point-to-multipoint. Then we price that out, the device basis, because every network's different. So yes, the premium support goes all the way up to the top level is Cambium Care Premium Plus, and that gives you a dedicated account manager and a quarterly network assessment, and then working with that account manager, if you're trying to do something in the network that you need help with, they will help with all that. So yes, we do have premium support.
Excellent, thank you. Next question here. In the cloud management, is there a maximum amount of apps that will be covered, or is it unlimited?
There's no software limitation. We have said it's 10,000 APs, but we have several that are getting close to that level, but there's nothing in the software that will turn it off per se at 10,001. So virtually unlimited.
Yeah, with that large amount, I understand. Thank you, Judy, for that. Next question here. In regards to the PoE switches, when will those be available?
Okay. We just put our press release out on Monday. We have some that are en route to us and are to be received mid to late November. And our distribution houses will all have their units coming up in the next few weeks. So we look to go live in December.
Excellent. Thank you. Last question here. Can you give us an overview of the hours of support and just a touch on technical support and customer service support?
Okay. Yeah. So the hours are Central Standard Time from 8 to 5, Monday through Friday for free support. We also have some higher, I'll call it tier 2 engineers that we have access to as salespeople in business development here at Cambium Networks. So it's a side support. And then if you buy one of the premium support levels, then it's 7 by 24. And we have engineers that are here in the US that take calls and chats and emails and tickets. And then we have some in England and some in India and none in Asia right now. So, and then customer support, our first line of defense are fine distributors like Microcom. And we support Microcom in the providing first level support of if you don't know what number to call or that kind of thing. And then it goes, right to us. Or you can go right into our community on our website. And I would encourage everybody to join the community. A lot of good information. As most communities, we try to post as much as we can in the community because that's where people usually go first for information.
Excellent. Thank you. So you do have a community website that one can join for free. Is that correct? Can anyone just log in?
Yep. Anybody can log in. Anybody, if you open a support account, can also have CN Maestro and see the product. So, and remember, if we do have the ability to do proof of concepts with our partners through Microcom, where we can share in the cost or give you an AP to try, et cetera, et cetera. So that's available too.
Excellent. Thank you, Judy, so much for answering all those questions. And thank you, everyone, for attending today. And if anyone has any further questions, please feel free to contact your sales rep or email us at sales@microcomtech.com. If you wish to view any of the products mentioned or shown here today, you can see them at www.microcom.us. Please remember, this webinar presentation has been recorded and it will be uploaded to our Microcom YouTube channel so you can view it again. Thank you, Judy, for your time today. Appreciate all of this new information, and we will talk to you again very soon.
Yes, good luck, everybody, and let us know how we can help you. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you, Judy. Have a fantastic day.
You too.